welcome to episode 95 of Movies and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Marcus.
And this is the review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning, sometimes. Today, we are going into the 2014 release of Justice League War.
Justice League War, sorry.
It was released January 21st, 2014 digitally, and then February 4th, 2014 physically, so...
Oh, it's a special kind of movie, huh?
So, yeah, I guess they wanted to get it out to people earlier. It was directed by Jay Olivia, written by Heath Corson, produced by James Tucker, starring Alan Tudyk, Jason O'Mara, Michelle Monaghan.
Alan Tudyk. Who did he play?
He played Superman.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, call him Tudyk?
Does that know how you say it?
I always said Tudyk. It doesn't matter. It's not my name, so I don't care.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're fine.
Jason O'Mara, Michelle Monaghan, Justin Kirk, Christopher Gorham, Shamar Moore, Sean Astin.
Wait, hold on. Shamar Moore. I know that name. He was in
Criminal Minds, Young and the Restless, SWAT.
in a lot of things. Nothing I can think of right now. That name sounds really familiar. And Sean Astin that's Sam Wise, right?
It's him.
Rudy, a.k.a. he was in Stranger Things.
Yep.
He was Shazam. He did good at Shazam.
I think he was adult Shazam, actually.
Yeah, and the little kid was...
Zach Callison.
Yep.
Steve Bloom. We talk about him a lot.
Yeah.
Steve Bradley Baker, either Ione or Lone, because...
I almost said to I.
Yeah, I think it's an I.
Yeah.
Ione Gruffud?
He was Fantastic Four. I was that guy. That's Reed Richards, TJ.
Oh. Yeah. That's why that name sounded familiar.
Yeah.
We went through that one before. You usually have to read that name, though.
Yes, and I always butcher it.
That's why I was thrown off. Richard McGonigal, George Newbern, Bruce Thomas, Rocky Carroll, Kimberly Brooks, Georgie Kidder, Hynden Walsh, and Malik Berger.
Ooh.
With an E, not a U. So, all right, let's get this out of the way. This movie made $5,789,529,000 in video sales.
That's not bad.
Which leads us into
what?
box office.
Yeah, that's right. We go into the box office, ladies and gentlemen. What did I do last week? I did that get in the 30s, I guess, right? Did I talk about RoboCop last week, I feel?
I don't remember.
Week before? Yeah, it's been a minute, huh?
Yeah.
I did. Okay, we did do this. Okay, so we're gonna do okay. Let's do. Okay, yeah. Let's do 30 to 20. Yeah. Okay. At number 30, we have. As we talked about last time, we'll talk about again. Mr. Peabody and Sherman with $275 million.
We already talked about that. You can move on.
Yeah. At number 29, we have. Which made $282 million, is Paddington.
Is that the bear?
Yep, they made a live-action movie of it, which is really good, apparently.
Oh, I never read the books.
No, really?
No.
Oh. Well, they made 2 of those movies, and people love these movies. It's very heartwarming and wholesome, the movies.
I mean, I would assume the books are the same, so...
Same. I never read them either, so, yeah. Number 28, part of the series, is Divergent, which made $288 million.
Divergent.
Yeah, it's a young adult movie series based off of books.
Wait, Divergent? Is that the name of the book series?
Yes. I want to say, yeah. Yes.
The name sounds familiar, but I don't recognize it.
I think it has a female lead.
They all have female leads.
No, not...
At this time period, it was all female leads.
Not Maze Runner. And Harry Potter.
Well, that's after that. I'm talking about from the Twilight series on.
And Catching Fire, all that series, yeah.
Yeah.
And a real divide by factions based on virtues, which is all young adult movies. Trish learns she's divergent and worth... God, I don't know how people... Whatever, I'm not a young adult. Whatever, I can't judge it. But, yeah, I think it stars... What's her name? Miss Marvel.
Brie Larson?
I think that's her.
Captain Marvel or
Captain Marvel?
It had to be Captain Marvel. Yeah, Brie Larson.
No, it's not. It's not. It's some other white girl. Sorry.
I thought when you said Divergent, I was thinking, is that Hunger Games Divergent or something?
No, it is a young adult movie series.
Oh,
there's a few of them.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the best I got. I never saw them, so I couldn't really go into it. At number 27, The Fault in Our Stars made $307 million. That's a Nicholas Sparks book made into a movie.
I don't know any of those names you just said.
Nicholas Sparks, he did, not The Notebook. Remember Me. You don't know what that is either.
No.
TJ, read some books, damn it. Read some books once in a while. Hold on. I'm in the house while Nicholas. Is it K or H?
What was the last book I read?
Sparks.
It was one of the James Bond books that I read. It was the last book I read.
Okay, he did The Notebook, A Walk. That's it. Okay, A Notebook, Walk to Remember.
I know The Notebook by reputation.
Yep, it's a solid movie. A Walk to Remember, which is another solid movie adaptation. He did The Best of Me, The Choice, Dreamland, The Wish. I'm pretty sure he did this movie. Maybe he didn't. Hold on.
I don't know any of those others, and I only know The Notebook because it was a movie of high recognition.
This isn't Nicholas Sparks, but it's something he would do. It's by John Green, but it is a book book adaptation.
Still don't know what that is.
What's this one about? Then? I don't care enough. Whatever. Do you want to say the last book you read or no?
I did. I said it while you were doing it.
Oh, it wasn't. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
It was a James Bond book. I don't remember which one I'm on now. It was a while ago. I actually stopped reading for a little bit.
I figured. At number 26, we have 22 Jump Street, which is a sequel of the adaptation of the 80s show.
I tell you that I thought this was a movie about like renters' apartments or something.
I'm sorry, what? No.
For some reason, I thought it was 22 Jump Street was like a musical, like about people in rent apartments or something. I don't know why.
Why does that make sense though? Like that sounds.
I don't know.
That does sound like a really, really in-your-face musical too. Kind of like Rent or Chicago.
Yeah, I think I confused it with Rent.
Wow, that's funny.
And I'd never seen Rent, or
Wow, you have no culture. You don't read. You don't watch plays. Come on, TJ. That made $331 million. At number 25,
I don't read anything past 1970. I think
TJ's a time capsule, guys. He's stuck in his own.
I guess that's not true. I've read some the Witcher books. I think were.
I guess are more relevant.
I guess they were. I don't know when they were released. Honestly, 80s. And I did read some D&D books, like actual novels, not rule books that were about Dritz the Warden.
Those are probably 80s as well, though, right?
Yeah, they were probably 80s, 90s too.
Yeah. You're stuck in your time. I get it. That's fine. All right, number 25.
Just to point out. Oh, no. I guess it's not. I was about to say that those are the most recent books that I read. And I guess it's not the most recent book that I've ever read.
What are?
I've actually read
Harry Potter.
Well, Harry Potter, yeah, but that's not even the most recent. I read, and I don't know which one is closer. Twilight, I have read those books, and Percy Jackson, I actually read.
I want to say Twilight. Twilight, probably.
So I don't know which series came first, but I read both those series of books. I regret the Twilight one. I don't regret Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson movies are terrible from what I've seen. They don't really hold up to the books. Not that the books are fantastic or anything, but
the movies aren't great.
They're solid young adult books.
Yeah. Okay. At 25,
if you like Greek mythology,
speaking of Greek mythology, actually, that's great. You said that. 300: Rise of the Empire.
Never saw either one of those movies.
Made $337 million. The first one is one of my favorite movies. It spoke to me on so many levels. No, it's not great, but God, I love that movie.
And the Spartan, what that's based off of, the Battle of Thermopylae, is not Greek myth. That's actually, as far as I know, Greek history. So
no, I know, but Greek and Greek turned into a comic book. Not comic book. What would you call that? Graphic novel turned into a movie. So that's kind of mythology now. But yes, semi-history, exaggerated for screen and
it was
panel.
Definitely exaggerated.
So yeah, 300. It's a great movie.
I was more into mythology and the gods and the monsters than I was the actual history of Greek.
Nerd. Greece. The first 300 is really good. The second one, this one is it's not good. It's trash. It's a bad movie. I saw it this year for the first time, and I saw it this year as in the year of this recording.
How do you do a sequel to a movie like that?
They did it at a sense of a different point of view while that movie's going.
That's garbage.
And it was like a 10-year sequel, so it came out 10 years later or whatever. And yeah, the graphics are worse than the first one, which again came out 10 years earlier. This one, the story is just bad, and they just try to capitalize on it's nothing good about this movie. And it's too long. It's just trash. Don't watch it. Anyways, we're not reviewing it. I'll give that a 2 out of 10. We're at 24 is another young adult movie, The Maze Runner.
You said that earlier, and I didn't even piece it together. I don't know what that is either.
I think they're running through a maze. I don't know, man. I don't know.
No idea what that one is either. Okay.
That one made $348 million.
I guess there was a lot of young adult stuff that didn't become pop culturally relevant.
I mean, I guess nothing was as big as Harry Potter, obviously. And they all tried cashing in on that. And all of them had sequels.
That's not necessarily true. I would argue Twilight got pretty popular. And so did
it wasn't
Games.
popular. I think it was more like infamous. I mean, it had its fan base, but so did Maze Runner, Divergent, Hunger Games.
But like,
I don't think people actually. I think people did like.
I feel like stuff like Divergent and Maze Runner were producers and directors trying to cash in on the craze.
Yeah.
But I think whereas Hunger Games and Twilight and stuff really succeeded because of their fan bases and because they were popular.
No, I would argue that all of them after Harry Potter tried cashing in. Harry Potter young adult train.
No, because if it was true, there would be more fantastical elements to it.
If you watch them, they are kind of fantastic. They're all copy and paste, but they're all semi-fantastical.
No, because they would all be set in schools, and they would all follow that same strategic formula. Whereas I feel like if I don't know anything about Divergence or Maze Runners, but I can guarantee you they're probably closer to a Hunger Games or a Twilight than they are to a Harry Potter.
They are to that, because I guess they figure they can't copy the success of that, so there's just go the other route of being post-apocalyptic.
Like, I feel like Harry Potter Spawn did have that problem where they tried to say, but it was like Vampire School, and because there was a bunch of those movies after Harry Potter, you know what I mean?
Circus the Freaka, Circle of Freaka, and Percy Jackson's and all of them.
That's Percy Jackson's a perfect example of the Harry Potter spin-off phrase.
I also think Hunger Games, if Harry Potter wasn't as successful as it was, Hunger Games wouldn't exist, Twilight wouldn't exist. And if they would exist, they wouldn't be
I think those books were, Twilight wasn't, but I think they're like Hunger Games. I mean, Hunger Games books were written around the same time. So.
I'm not saying the books, I'm saying the adaptations to the screen. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously.
The books I'm arguing, yeah. If Harry Potter wasn't as a big success as it was, these movies would not have been tackled.
Of course, because everything's about money. So.
Yeah. So they saw, damn, Harry Potter got 7, 8 movies up. How many movies they got out of that? We could do that too. And I'll give you that. Like, Hunger Games had like 3 or 4 movies, and the last one they split into 2 parts. And I did it with Twilight and all these other series. So
and did that with Harry Potter too.
Yes, exactly. So Harry Potter was the template,
right?
Anyways, this Maze Runner that made $348 million. At number 23, we have Noah, which made $359 million.
Like the biblical Noah?
How'd you know, TJ?
Because I don't think there's ever been a movie that had a Noah in it that didn't have that Noah in it.
Yeah, it's not good. It's made by Ridley Scott and stars Kurt Russell and some other people.
How do you turn that into a movie? It's just a flood with a bunch of animals on a boat.
Well, because they made it like, 2000 schlock. They made it to a 3-hour crap movie. They added some elemental creatures into it because why not? And yeah, there's Noah.
Okay, whatever.
And at number 22, we have Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb.
I never saw either. Wait, either. How many movies are in that series?
I think at least 3.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the 3rd one. It's made $363 million. The first one was pretty solid.
Were those movies really that good that they needed 2 sequels?
I guess. I never know how you can go past the first one. Like, what do you need? Is that the creatures come alive at nighttime? I get it. So yeah, even the first one wasn't that good. Thinking about it, they're not good movies. At number 21 is a really good movie, Gone Girl, which made $369 million.
What is it?
Gone Girl.
No idea what that is.
I think it's also based off a book, I believe. It is based off a book. It's a very good movie, starring Ben Affleck as a female actress. I should know her name.
Oh, I thought you said Ben Affleck was the starring as a female actress.
No. I think you would like this movie, TJ, honestly. I think you would truly like it. Stars Ben Affleck and, oh my God, Rosamund Pike.
Oh, no.
I know you don't. If you saw her face, you would know. She was also in something that TJ would know. Die Another Day, Pride and Prejudice.
Die Another Day is what?
James Bond movie.
Which one? Was that like the more recent ones?
Pierce Brosnan.
Oh,
I think it's his last one, I think.
Okay, maybe I do know who she is if I saw her then.
If you saw her, I think you would definitely know her. Yeah, but it's a good movie. You can't really say anything about the movie without spoiling it, so I'm not going to say anything about it. That was number 21. And number 20, starring Tom Cruise, we have Edge of Tomorrow, aka Live, Die, Repeat, aka really good sci-fi movie, which made $370 million.
I never saw it.
Have you know anything about it?
I think it's based on a book, right?
I think it's based off an anime. If not, they stole it from an anime or inspired by an anime.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's one of those ones where everybody's disappearing, like apocalyptic a bit.
It's like a Groundhog. You know what Groundhog Day is? That movie?
What, Bill Murray?
Yes.
I know Groundhog Day. That's an 80s movie.
Okay, I figure that's why I said it. So it's like that, or the guy keeps dying and dying and lives the same day over and over and over and over again.
Well, Bill Murray doesn't die over and over again.
He commits suicide over and over and over again.
At one point in the movie.
Yeah, but he's living the same day over and over and over again. Oh, this movie is adapted from All You Need Is Kill by Hiroshi Sakurazaka.
Oh, so it was adapted from a manga, not an anime.
There you go. Yeah, that word.
Anime's television, manga's book.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
So, I sounded really condescending. I did not mean to be condescending. I was trying to do that for the viewer's point of view. I'm like, oh, okay. So sorry.
Anybody who's not familiar with that stuff wouldn't know that.
Well, or could they become more familiar with that, TJ? Nudge, nudge. What other podcast do you think that's anime based?
Anime and Us? Is that what you want me to promote?
Yeah, self-promotion. TJ, there we go. And when do you release Anime and Us, TJ?
The same day this gets released. Well, no. Well, the YouTube version gets released the same day.
Which is?
Mondays.
Mondays on YouTube. You can watch Anime and Us.
And every Thursday on your any other podcast thing you listen to.
Anybody that supports a good podcast, you can watch anime. You listen to Anime and Us.
That's
how you promote yourself, TJ. Jesus,
this one releases on Friday.
And that's the box office for the 2014, guys, or whatever this is. Back to you, TJ. Any behind the scenes stuff?
No.
Wait, really?
There's nothing.
Really?
Really? There's no behind the scenes stuff. I have nothing.
You have nothing. I won't pee myself. Stop. No.
I can talk about the critical receptions.
No awards or anything for this dumb movie?
Nope. I got sequels that they talk about, critical reception. You want a list of the soundtrack from the movie?
I see the soundtrack. Wow, that's like nothing.
Yeah,
what was this adapted off of?
I guess I could do that.
There we go.
So this is based off of the first storyline of the Justice League from the New 52 when they rebooted everything.
Okay.
So this is the origin of the Justice League, the adaptation of the origin of the Justice League in the New 52, which was like 2011.
Yes.
I believe.
Yeah, 2011's DC Universe's relaunch.
So it was a 6-issue story, and yet they changed stuff from that like it was like a 3-year story. They already changed stuff. Why?
Because they were doing damage control mid-damage for some reason.
I don't know. Well, yeah, that's it.
Oh, where's your enthusiasm, TJ?
I'll spoil it for you right now. I hate this story.
Well, I guess we get to the review before or do you want to talk about?
I got trailers.
There we go.
I only got, there was a bunch, but I talked about them last week the last episode in the, pretty much got the same trailers.
Okay.
Except for, Lego Movie we also got, but that was the main trailer.
Is that why you picked that movie to get
No, I just had never seen it.
Oh, it's a good movie.
And I got a trailer for Son of Batman 2, which is like 2 movies from there or something, right?
Yes, 2 movies.
Which is weird.
Why?
Because I thought this new animated universe was all based on New 52 stuff, but that is not New 52 stuff.
Is that old 52?
That is previously, yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's from... I want to say, oh god, I'm trying to find a year because it's Batman 655 and 658.
Okay,
which I think is 1987.
God dang, so that's long ago.
Yeah, hold on, I could be wrong. Let me just make sure. Batman 655. It's the storyline ran from Batman number 655 to 658 is what I'm trying to say. Batman. Let's see here. What did I say? 655?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was paying attention. I'm sorry, but yeah, sure. While TJ's doing some research, how about you guys go?
Oh no, okay. It was it wasn't 1987. I'm sorry, that was way off. It was 2006.
Oh, okay.
So it was before the New 52 reboot, though, like 5 years or so. Anyway, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What are you doing?
I am Don't worry. Yes, I'm still here, TJ.
I felt like I was talking to myself.
What am I supposed to say to this? Yeah, it's very interesting. Indubitably, yes. I don't know what to say to that.
Whatever. Those are my trailers.
My care for this episode because the movie sucks so badly.
Whatever. You ready to go into it?
Are you ready to go in?
Oh, this movie's also an hour and 19 minutes. I don't think I said that.
I don't think you did.
All right. So we open up with an actually pretty cool opening where they're drawing the characters like in black and white.
Yeah, it's inspiring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the best part of the movie.
Uh-huh.
All right. So this story sucks. I hate everything about this story.
So,
The characters suck so bad. They're so annoying and so 2013 edgy, and everybody's there's cursing in it for no reason and stuff like that. I just hate this, the characters in general. They suck. Green Lantern is terrible in this.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan sucks and is so bad. Ugh.
Now, do you hate this story as in this movie, or just the story and from the comics in this?
They're both. They're both
Okay.
terrible.
Okay.
I mean, this one's less terrible because there's less of it.
That is fair. That is fair.
There's some things in it where Green Lantern is just antagonistic toward Batman because Batman's just some normal guy and he's just arrogant. And I get how Jordan's supposed to be, but he's annoying arrogant. You know what I mean?
It's just another reason of why we hate animated Green Lantern so far in this whole podcast.
Normally, I would rather take boring Hal Jordan, what we normally get, than this Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
This Hal Jordan's terrible.
Yeah, I agree. And Batman's just overly Batman in this, in a sense of he's not brooding, but he's like, I know things on Batman. That's helpful for the audience.
But even Batman is annoying in this too because he's fighting with Green Lantern the entire movie.
Yes. And
it's just and he does it in his Batman way, which is fine, but he's a little too comical.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. This movie's almost being meta with how
yeah, oh, look at this. It's garbage.
Yeah.
And the Green Lantern, we open up in Gotham and Green Lantern's there. And he saves a girl from falling, and when he drops her off on the roof, he's all flirty, being stupid, annoying. But then the girl's like, "Okay, how much do I owe you? What's this going to cost me?" Even the side characters suck in this.
Yeah.
Even the regular people in this suck.
Yes.
Everybody just sucks in this. So essentially, what's happening is we open up, and parademons from Apokolips are put in mother boxes around in different cities, Metropolis, Gotham. All the places all the superheroes are for some reason.
Yeah. Well, no, okay. How about this? To be fair, in the movie's defense, I guess in this world, there's superheroes in every city. So no matter where the parademons put a box at, it's going to be superhero-centric. So I guess these are the heroes we got to focus on, right?
What superheroes in New York right now?
Marvel. You have all the Marvel characters. I don't know any DC characters in New York City because I don't know if New York City exists in Marvel or DC. If
Shazam lives in Philadelphia.
Okay, then if so, I guess there must be a New York superhero.
No,
there's probably San Antonio superhero for all I know.
Say it in this movie, in this storyline, these superheroes are starting to show up. This is before it was overpopulated with superheroes.
Listen, TJ, I'm just trying to give this movie some credit, okay?
Yeah, well, don't. It's not worth your time.
It's not. Because you're right, because all these characters are so new, they don't even know who each other are. Besides Superman, they all know who Superman is, I think, right?
Well, they all know who Batman is.
That one. Or they think he's fake at first, too. Like, oh, he's real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another ongoing trick. Oh, he's real? And it's
which you think is Green Lantern. Why would you question that, right?
Yeah.
Of course he's real.
I mean,
if you exist, odds are he exists.
I get it. That's part of the Batman mythology. He uses the fact that maybe he's not real, that he's just a myth to even, to procure his legend and stuff like that. But still.
If I was a superhero, I'd be like, okay, this guy must exist, or this being must exist.
Yeah. Anyway, they have to stop them. They end up joining together. Green Lantern takes Batman to fight Superman, and of course, they don't just talk; they have to fight each other.
Because you need some kind of drama, right?
Well, at least it wasn't Batman going up and saying, "You're stupid, Superman. Let's fight." It was Green Lantern being like, "Hey, I'm the stupid one. I'm going to go fight Superman," and Batman's trying to calm things down. Batman is almost the least offensive in this, honestly.
Yeah, surprisingly.
And that's only because they cut the Flash's section from the comics out of this book.
Is he more offensive in there?
Well, no, the Flash is actually Flash and Cyborg are probably the most sympathetic in this story.
Which is pretty much usual, right? At least Cyborg's character is usually more.
Well, Cyborg is because Cyborg's origin happens here, which is a affront to his whole origin and where he came from and stuff. But whatever, we'll get to that. But like they cut the Flash's story out. Like in the comics, he was trying to solve a murder case, but everyone's so focused on the Flash that they're not solving any other crimes. They all want to just get the Flash. So he's trying to keep a low profile and not get involved and not do, trying to be like not destructive to the city, trying to be because he's a cop too, essentially. Yeah. He's just trying to do what he can without breaking the law and stuff like that. And then he got guys like Green Lantern and Batman and stuff doing their thing, and you can see where he's coming from in that whole thing. He wants to keep low profile, and here are these guys putting him on full blast. But they cut that all out of this movie. Like Flash has like no character in this.
No, I forgot he's in it until you see him.
Yeah. So, and then Cyborg was a Teen Titan.
Yeah.
And then they just retconned him in the Justice League because they needed a black person. That's what it feels like.
Pretty much, yeah.
So it's just like, who can we throw in here? Let's get rid of all freaking 30 years of Teen Titans origin and histories just so we can put Cyborg in the Justice League here.
I don't know, you sound like a bitter fan right now, TJ.
Because this is it. It would be one thing if this was good. You know what I mean? If they rewrote it and they took everything in a new direction. And it was good. But this is garbage.
Yeah, but like this movie might be like not good overall. But the thing with Cyborg isn't terrible.
But it is. Because Cyborg himself is sympathetic, but he comes from his dad's an asshole and a jerk, and he doesn't go to his football games. It's so stereotypical and so by the numbers, it's boring almost.
Yeah, but all you have to remember, this is a kids movie, so it's probably a kids.
This is not a kids movie.
It is, TJ.
No, this is what is this rated? This is not rated for kids. That's for sure. Because there's all kinds of blood and shit in this too.
Parental guide, something. So there's definitely parents' guide to this.
There's blood and smashing people's faces in.
Yeah, but it's 2014, so of course the kids are used to that kind of shit.
No, this is not a kids movie. This is at least a teen movie.
PG-13.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and
that's just not a kids movie.
I will let a kid watch this. Yeah, it's a cartoon. It's still child's made for the most part.
So is fucking Hentai.
Wow, whoa, Jesus Christ, TJ, extreme.
I'm just saying, it's a cartoon.
God, TJ, you're on 11 right now. Go down to a 9, please.
I just hate that argument. It's a freaking cartoon. So are a lot of things.
I know, but this is like Justice League cartoon. Like this isn't the Harley Quinn show. It's still pretty PG.
This is why I kind of freaking hate this, because look, we're edgy and darker, but yet we're still not even going to go the full blown. Yeah. We're not even going to try. It's garbage. It's this whole thing, this whole project, this whole reboot was just disasters and garbage.
You're bringing your biases from hating the 52 so much that you're like, this movie is not even that great. Which is I'm not saying this movie is great. You're coming so hard at this movie. I'm trying now. I gotta be the guy defending this movie. I don't think it's that bad.
It's garbage.
It's not that bad, TJ.
It is that bad.
Nah. You should have all your other biases in this.
Even if we take out all my complaints here,
yeah,
this movie, I fell asleep in the last third 4 times. 4 times I fell asleep.
No, I'll admit this. This is my second time seeing this movie straight through. And this time did not hold my attention in the slightest. It's very, like you said, think by numbers. It's very like, just get to the end. Just do A, B, C, D. It's just do that.
All the plot happens in the first 2/3 of this movie. The last third, it's nothing but a long-ass boring fight scene.
And when you mean long, you mean like a good 20 minutes of like, oh my god, they're still fighting Darkseid.
It just doesn't end. Jesus. I literally fell asleep 4 times, and every time I woke up, I was like, I don't care, I'm not rewinding it.
No, because literally the second that Darkseid gets on screen in front of the Justice League, it's a fight. And it starts around, 42 minutes into it, give or take?
Yeah, it's something like
that. And this movie's an hour 19. It's like, are they really doing a 30-minute fight?
And and they did a 30-minute fight on top of everything else that already annoys me about this movie. So that's why I'm allowed to come at this as hard as I am.
Yeah, but I think you're just really dragging this movie down. It's like,
no, I'm not. This movie sucked.
Okay, use your words. Like, so why did this movie suck then? Want to go through the basic? You'll go through the plot because the plot's very easy. Let's just tell why this movie sucked. So they're all introduced to each other because Mother Box.
Well, they're not. They're not. first of all. And all right, so we got Batman, Flash, Superman because we already talked. Well, Green Lantern, Batman,
Flash.
no, Superman,
Green
Lantern,
Superman, yes.
yeah. So those three fight. Flash is in the background. He's the one that delivered a mother box to Dr. Stone, who is examining it, and he's too busy examining it, he can't go to his son's football game, which is just a dick move. I mean,
I don't think that's a dick move at all.
No, he's literally says, Cyborg, Cyborg asks him, are you ever going to come to any of my things? He's like, no.
Yeah, no shit. I was on the dad side. I thought you'd be on the dad side. You're on Cyborg's side?
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Why?
I get. This is obviously why I'm not a parent. But yeah, you're my son. You're important to me, obviously. You should know this. I hope I've showed you this. This is alien technology. We are at a new age in our fucking society.
This is
a huge step forward.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. This mother box. Mm-hmm. Sure, I get it in this particular mother box. But it is implied that he's never taken the time to go to any of his games. In fact,
it's implied once these superheroes start popping up, and his job is in the field of
no. It's implied that he's always chose his job over his son at every. It's so to the point where he has a reminder on his phone about his son's football game, saying that he could go to it, but he decides not to. Okay, this is not a pressing matter at this point.
Okay, if that's the case, then there's such a desperate use to his dad not going to his games. My 10th game and his dad's not here. But boo fucking who? Grow up, Cyborg! Like Jesus Christ!
What they don't tell you. What they don't tell you in this movie, what they do express in the comics, is that this particular game, there are all kinds of scouts from colleges here.
At least they say it in this movie.
Yeah, they do an offhand line. So this is his entire future.
Yeah.
What he wants to do with his life. And in the comics, they say the scouts want to sign him and stuff, but they can't do it without his dad's permission, without his dad being there. So he can't even do what he wants with his life because his dad won't take the time to give him any time.
Alien technology.
He's had it for how long now? He's got plenty of assistance. If anything happens, call me. I'll be right there.
Nope. Alien technology. Forefront. No. I'm going to miss my son's game again because I'm a piece of shit dad.
Like I said, maybe in this one instance, but what about the 30 other times?
Yeah, but whatever. But this is this is the only time the scouts show up that is important, I guess. So, of course he's going to miss your game for alien technology.
Yeah, even at alien technology that they show when he's examining and stuff, nothing changed at this point. They can't figure anything out. There's literally nothing he could do, but they could do but scan. They're doing nothing but scanning right now. That's an automatic process that he could have easily, all right, I'm stepping out for an hour. Maybe if he just showed up for 10 minutes,
I agree.
Talk to a scout and go home,
I agree.
He could have took it would have took minimum effort. His dad is just a dick.
Yeah, his dad's just going out of his way not to go. So, but his son's not important to him. Obviously, not every parent's a good parent. I get this, but
that's not true
X amount of games into the season's what 10 or 12 games.
That's my problem. That's what my problem is right now. That's bullshit that they said he doesn't care about him because he contradicts himself by trying to save him from death by turning him into a fucking cyborg. They tell you throughout the story and everything else he only did this because he loved him so much, and yet they showed us nothing but contradictions with the character throughout the entire thing.
What started our argument? What started this?
I don't remember.
Neither do I. So I agree with everything you're saying. Like, yeah, he's not a good person, but at the same time, like,
my problem is with the writing because they contradict the character. Like, one minute he's a deadbeat dad, the next minute he'll do anything for his son.
I would call him a deadbeat dad. He's just like his focus on science first, and his son's like fifth or sixth. Like, he's not a good dad. He's not a good dad, obviously.
And honestly, the cyborg stuff is actually the best stuff in the comic, to be honest with you.
You think so?
I said it in the comic. In the movie, it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
And then, I don't understand this change at all. Why is Shazam in this movie?
Oh, because they need Shazam.
They took Aquaman out.
Because Aquaman's a laughingstock for a long time. So Shazam, let's reinvent.
No. At this point, Aquaman has been reinvigorated.
Well, I don't know then. Damn if I know, TJ.
They took Aquaman out of this movie and put Shazam in it. It wasn't like Shazam was a big deal at this time.
I like that Shazam, actually. I like seeing Billy and I like seeing Shazam. I like that it wasn't the typical same old people we see all the time. I'm glad we got.
I'm glad
we got these guys into it.
I don't know why they're here now. They add nothing to it other than, hey, Cyborg, you're a part of the team.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Because that's the story anyway. That's what ends up happening anyway. The Justice League, you're like, hey, you did a good job. You're welcome here as part of us. You're part of. They do it through the comic just with the Justice League characters. You don't need Shazam there to do the same thing.
Yeah, but like, why not have Shazam though?
But that's my whole point. I don't know why they put Shazam in at all because it's not needed. Why to change any at all?
Because it's fresh. It's a fresh take instead of Aquaman. That's why.
But which makes it even less sense. The next storyline is Aquaman.
Well,
in
this movie or the comics? What are we talking about?
And both.
In this movie, did they even mention Aquaman? Oh yeah, they
no.
They have man there.
Oh yeah, they do. They do. Yeah, right.
But that's fine. That's fine. That's called sequel bait.
But no, because like you establish Aquaman in this movie, so that when the second movie comes in, you don't have to establish him again.
Or
that's why they do it.
Or did they establish in this movie?
That's why we have problem with the live action things because they don't establish the character. They just throw him in there.
No. How about you establish this part of the league and then there's a water guy too now because we're all new to this world. For some reason we're all new heroes. There's a water power dude. Like I think this is fine. I think she's just being hard on this to be hard on it. Like not having Aquaman did not hurt this movie.
Having Shazam added nothing to it though.
It didn't hurt it either.
But like.
I liked him in this.
I actually think it did hurt it based on where I know it's going.
That's like, what you know where it's going. This is different though.
No, it's not because here's the thing. Like we hate that Justice League live action movie because where's the Flash movie? Where's the Cyborg movie? Where's the Batman movie? You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's the same thing here. We just going into the next thing and all of a sudden, oh look, Aquaman, this big Aquaman movie, but who's Aquaman? Why do we care about this one all of a sudden?
I don't think the issue with...
it wouldn't be hard on it if this wasn't a part of a bigger universe. If this wasn't, to
this movie's defense, the main people are Wonder Woman. We all know who Wonder Woman is. Batman. We all know who f***ing Batman is. The people we don't know in this movie, Cyborg. We get his story. Shazam. We kind of get some of him, but we kind of get the gist. But like,
no, we don't. We don't get anything from him.
We don't. But the main guy we focus on is Cyborg. So This is Peter Dinklage's movie, and that's why we're here for.
But
everyone else we know about Flash. So why go back into seeing Bruce Wayne's origin for the 15th time?
No. That's my point.
I don't mind this.
You just need to establish him in the world. You don't need him.
Yeah, like you said, they did. His mythos. He doesn't exist.
He needs to be a part of the Justice League. That's what the whole point of it. That's why Aquaman. He's not in the Justice League as far as we know.
He doesn't have to be. He can be in it later.
That's the whole point of it, though. That's why he's able to do in the next movie he's going to be able to do. Like, to be fair, I haven't seen the movie.
That's what I'm saying. Now you're speaking like TJ. You're being an angry fanboy right now.
No, I just know what the comic story is going to be.
Yeah, you're being because you're not separating.
I'm not being an angry fanboy because I fucking hate the comics.
I know, but you hate the comics because they did a lot of change for no reason and did it bad.
No. I hate the comics because they're bad.
Yeah.
I'll try to make it a change thing because they're bad.
Well, they're bad, and they made a bad movie too. But this movie's not that bad as you're saying. This really isn't that bad. It's boring, yes, and it's it's paint by numbers, but it's not bad.
The characters are bad. The movie is boring. The motivations are stupid for everything that they do.
Nah.
Like, why is Green Lantern antagonistic towards everybody?
He's like you said. He's the egotistical son of a bitch. That's how egotistical people are.
And that's his whole personality.
For this movie, yeah. Because
if that's it, then they each have one personality quirk. Is that what we're doing now? Is that acceptable writing?
No, it's not, TJ.
Exactly, it's bad.
No, why? Because they put all their energy into Cyborg story.
Cyborg's also one note.
Yeah, I don't fit in. Yeah,
I don't fit in.
Have you seen the Teen Titans show? It's always been his thing. Always me. I'm not a human anymore. But go to who? Every superhero has their my parents are dead. Oh my god, who? Oh, I'm an orphan.
Yeah, but they're more than that too, though.
Yeah, over 20 issues or 34 years of fucking exploration into the character.
Within one movie. We got more out of Supergirl and Superman Apocalypse than we did freaking Cyborg in this movie.
I don't know. I don't think so.
You're just being overly You're just arguing because I'm being harsh on
You're
it.
being really harsh for no reason. Like, you really, like, you're just like...
I really didn't like this movie.
And that's fine, but you have to admit it's not as bad as you're saying.
No, it is.
I'm not saying this is like a masterpiece. But it's like...
No, it's
calm down, bro. So anyways, what else happens in this? Oh, Wonder Woman's in this movie too. I forgot about her.
And the Wonder Woman stuff really pissed me off because soon as Wonder Woman gets on the thing, everything becomes sexist.
I agree. It's which is, you know, that's how I always do with these characters, female characters. It's sexist. She's she's not good. She's not good.
Like everyone else gets like, you know, off comment, like meta commentary here and there. But you know, people are protesting Wonder Woman, and then she asks why. The guy says, "You're a whore. You're dressed like a whore." And it's like, come on.
No. Again, hold on. Let me just check. This episode is brought to you by Doritos, sweet and spicy barbecue, delicious.
It does not. We don't get paid for that.
Well, maybe they will. Who knows? To be fair, there will be a lot of people in this world who would act just like that. Can you deny that?
No.
Can you? Exactly. So that's a common thing people will be saying. People were saying that about the movie, probably. You're showing too much skin. Your titties are too big.
But
who the fuck cares?
But you're not saying that the same thing with freaking the way any of the other characters
because none of them are dressed like that.
Exactly my point.
Because they're not drawn like that. Exactly. So there will be guys in this world, men, women, and children.
They purposely drew her like that so they can say that.
They always draw her like that. It's nothing. What are you talking about? Has there ever been TJ? Has there ever been? You know, stop being like this.
No.
If anything, she's drawn less provocative than most times they're drawn. And you know that. Her cleavage is nowhere to be seen in this movie. Her other outfits, or that golden outfit.
She's wearing a skin-tight leotard, essentially.
Have you ever seen her other outfits?
Yeah, it's armor.
No. Yeah, the armor's very revealing, TJ. If a female was wearing proper armor, it would not be what she wears, TJ. You know this. I know this. This character was based off a BDSM guy's fantasy. She's a sexist, terrible character. I love her. She's my fantasy. But you shouldn't, come on, TJ. So a character calling her a whore is not out of realm of possibility.
My point, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but the fact that they put it in there, and it's not the only thing. At one point, there's another character that calls her a bimbo, and then she's treated like a sex object by every character that she comes across. From the moment Superman sees her, yeah, I'm in love with her. First mention from Green Lantern sees her, dibs. Everybody you don't understand.
Do you not know how people work in the real world, TJ? You have female coworkers, and I damn near know every guy you've interacted with have either thought or have said things like, "Yeah, that one's pretty hot." What about that chick over there? What's her story? Like, no, bro.
How is this better than the portrayal of Steve Rogers in the other Wonder Woman movie?
Which one?
The animated Wonder Woman movie
I don't recall.
That we covered. That was extremely
that character. Oh my god, yeah.
That was extremely sexist. Yeah. How is this not the same?
It is the same.
Portrayal. What are we arguing? That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying the guys are like that, though.
Not all guys are like that, though.
Nah, a good portion of men.
But here's my problem, and I will admit, this goes back to the New 52.
Shocker.
This part of it, the entire depiction of women at the time was completely and utterly disgusting.
Yeah, it's usually like that.
No, it's like you don't understand how bad it was. Like, Starfire was just sleeping with people randomly for no reason at all.
That's how guys write women characters in a bad way. Guys aren't good at writing female characters. It's sad.
It's just there was no reason to add that stuff into here.
And I'll agree with that. It is disgusting. And it's sad trust me, I agree. But I'm just saying, that's how guys do things. As a guy writing the show, that's what they're like, oh my god, what are I just want to say things like
you're not. See, my problem is the way you're defending it. It sounds like you're excusing it.
I'm not.
It's not okay.
It's not okay. But it's not unbelievable or make this movie bad.
But it is a little bit unbelievable.
It's lazy writing. It's
lazy writing. And here's another thing. And I know this is going to sound...
But no. And to go back to the argument, the guy called her a whore. She puts him in a lasso, and then he says, "I dress up like Wonder Woman to feel powerful."
Yeah. You know why they did that? Because they knew they just called her a whore, and they needed to counteract that, or else they knew they would get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's the only reason that line's in there. You don't need either of those lines.
No, but they're protesting her. So people protesting someone's going to say some really out-of-pocket shit. That's how people are.
And I just told you how bad it was in the comics. None of these lines are in the comics.
Of course not. What's the last time we've seen a comic movie been
why?
panel for panel, dialogue for dialogue?
Let me ask you something. Why are they protesting Wonder Woman? You tell me.
I don't know, because I wasn't paying attention to the movie, TJ. I'll be honest. I was not paying attention.
They're supposed to be protesting her because she's causing property damage and she's scaring.
Oh, they say that. They do say they could cost millions of dollars in damages. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it goes revert. That has nothing to do with her, who she is, or her sexuality, or anything like that. So why is it there?
Because someone who's angry at somebody is going to also bring up some other superfluous
it's what
shit.
It feels like. It feels like someone had a
TJ,
problem
I think
with women.
I think you took that personally. That's what I think that was. You think that took it? Trust me, if someone's protesting Obama, which they did, they're like, "Hey, you." Whoa! Talk about drone striking civilians, sure, but calling them racial slurs for no reason, which they did, which people do because people was terrible. Oh, Clinton, you're a dumb bitch. Whoa. Talk about emails all you want, but people suck like Marcus, that, TJ.
Here's the thing, Marcus. You're talking about real life. Someone chose to wrote this and put it in a movie. Oh my
God, TJ.
There's a difference. You said it yourself. This is an animated cartoon kids movie. Why is it in there then?
Yeah, I said it's a kids movie. That's all. Oh, it's PG-13. So yeah, that's why it's in there, TJ, because it's PG-13, and it can be a little edgy.
Because the writers of this were childish teenagers. Yes. That's what it feels like.
Yes.
And I hated it.
That's fine. That's fine. I guess you can hate this because it's not the best, but I don't think it's as bad as you're saying. That's all. That's all.
It is as bad as I'm saying. Every character is annoying. Every character is stupid. There's a freaking True Blood reference in this.
I saw. I was like, that's dated for this movie.
Freaking
that's dated reference right there.
Green Lantern asks Batman, "Do you drink True Blood too?" Stupid. This movie's garbage.
I'll give you this. This movie has no idea who it's for. This movie is lazy. The dialogue's terrible. The writing's bad. All that being said, it's passable just enough to be a movie for an hour.
No, it's not.
It is.
I wouldn't waste my time on this ever again. I was mad that I had to read the comics.
I'll be fair. I saw this before, so I was on my phone the whole time watching the second time viewing. I was not mad during this movie. I was annoyed because this movie's really stupid. But I will not recommend it to anyone either. So yeah, there's that too. But it's not abysmal. It's not the worst thing we've seen.
So I got a couple little nitpicks here that I just noticed throughout too.
Yeah.
So we get introduced to Billy Batson, Shazam.
I'm on that scene right now, yeah.
Yeah, and he's going into the football game, right?
Yeah.
Why are everyone entering at the end of the football game?
Because that's bad writing. That's just like, now everyone's coming to the movie or to the thing? Yeah, sure.
Everyone shows up with 3 seconds left in the game. Why?
Because this is how football's played.
It's just not the kid showing up. You know,
it's old people and
if it was just a kid trying to sneak in, I would excuse it. But no, they got people going in before him showing up, and then people still showing up after.
And they have tickets for this still.
Yeah.
And the last 10 minutes of the game, just going for free. Who cares? This is just all ridiculous at that point, and I can agree with that.
They also ruined the one, even within their own thing. Like Batman and Green Lantern, obviously they've been fighting throughout the whole thing. So they, when Superman gets captured and taken to Apocalypse, because that happens at one point, Batman takes off his mask and reveals his identity to Green Lantern.
They don't like that.
And that moment, it was stupid. I didn't like it myself, but I get it in context. He wants him to trust him, so he shows his identity to Green Lantern, right? That's a big moment in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's broken, because earlier, they do the whole Batman-Superman thing, figured out each other's identities, right in front of Hal Jordan.
Well, he said Bruce. He didn't say Bruce Wayne.
No, he said Bruce Wayne.
Did he? I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, you're right. Yeah, Clark. Bruce Wayne. Yeah, you're right.
It's like...
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
It's like... You ruined that whole, one of the only moments you really have in the whole goddamn movie by having to put in a cliched Batman-Superman moment in this movie that wasn't even in the comic.
Yeah, I don't like that moment. Of course they know who each other are because movie's kind of movie, I guess. Again, this movie's very lazy and very hey guys, here's all the things we do usually in comics. Let's just put them in here half-assedly. It's a very half-assed movie.
Also, I wrote Green Lantern's not funny.
Nope.
Even though they try to make him funny.
Flash is nowhere to be seen in this movie.
Yep, Flash is...
I don't like that woman. I know she can in some continuities. I don't like when she can fly. It just feels wrong that she's flying. And that's my nitpick for this.
I can't read my notes.
Batman, Shazam, Aquaman, Mother Boxes, Cyborg being a little bitch.
I don't know what that note is. So here's another thing, and this one's purely comic book. This isn't even a complaint. It's just like the battle cries are for Darkseid, and I just want to know. I like the new thing they do. Like right, anytime Darkseid is brought up, the thing for the last few years is Darkseid is. I just think that's way better than for Darkseid.
Darkseid is.
Just Darkseid is. He is.
Yes.
It's kind of an awesome.
It is
thing for a villain as imposing as he is. So every time I heard for Darkseid, I was like, I wish this was made a couple years later.
I'll give the movie this. I don't think they should have had Darkseid as the first villain for this Unite. Maybe they should have, I guess. I don't know, because they, like you said, compared to Avengers, how they slowly put them together for Thanos later on and build up. Like I just feel like starting off big with Darkseid is wrong.
Yeah, I also don't like.
And they kick his ass. Like what?
I also don't like the Superman Wonder Woman flirtatious thing they got going on.
Yeah.
But that was a storyline in New 52 where they actually ended up dating for a while.
Of course.
It was I don't like it. And you know what's funny? Even they knew it was bad because this version of Superman dies.
Oh, shocker.
He doesn't even exist in continuity anymore. They actually brought back the old Superman from old continuity. They brought him, Lois Lane, and their son. They somehow escaped. I don't remember how escaped the New 52 reboot and were living like in the shadows and stuff. So when the New 52 Superman died, they just used old Superman to replace him as Superman. Dumb, but like necessary because the Superman sucked.
So, anyways, how's this story resolved, TJ?
Well, parademons. So I'm not sure why. I guess Darkseid just evaded the Vade.
Yeah.
So like he's like one of his servant comes up and says something's going on with the parademons. Can we move up the invasion? And then Darkseid says yeah. And then all the parademons invade, and then Darkseid shows up, and then there's a 30-minute fight, and then they knock him back through the portal. Cyborg becomes Cyborg, and he's like a human mother box himself, so he can close the portals. They knock him through the portal, and the day is saved. And then they get, medals or something at Washington, D.C., and then it ends.
There's a teaser for Aquaman.
Yeah, well, I was letting you take a moment to talk about.
Well, I think them he closed the portal, but like that threat's still there, right? Like the day's not safe; it's prolonged.
They say the day's safe for now.
Yeah, it's like that's not for now. That's an urgent thing right there.
Yeah, and then there's an after credit scene where there's a bunch of dead fish in the ocean. Well, actually, it's more like dead sharks.
Yeah,
and then like out of like a submarine or something. I don't know how they came up. I don't remember how they came up.
Submarine.
It looked like it was Ocean Master holding a corpse of their dead king or something. I don't know. I don't get that. That's not what I remember.
So dramatic.
And he's like, the humans will pay, and he's in like Aquaman. You should have just put him in the movie. I don't know. Anyway, and then the movie just ends.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't think it's
the first part of the movie is them being annoying and fighting each other essentially.
Yeah.
And then, the second act is the invasion happens and they all come together and fight everything off. And the third act is them beating the crap out of Darkseid while getting their butts handed to them.
Yep.
And then it ends.
Something miraculous to win. It's not a solid movie. It's not good.
This movie sucks.
It's not good. It's not good. But it's not a bit. It feels like a movie. It feels like a TV movie after they've done a Justice League show for this, like introducing the characters one by one of season or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
it's an adaptation of a terrible comic. Yeah, that's all it
is. It is, but it's not the worst thing I've seen.
No, I never said it was the worst thing I've seen.
No, of the list we've seen so far, this isn't the worst thing we've seen on this movie list. But it ain't good.
I would still argue that Wonder Woman animated movie is worse.
There's a lot worse than this. Yeah, but I do not recommend.
There's a lot worse than this.
That's one of the worst ones I've seen.
It is. It's one of the worst ones. Yeah. It's not the bottom. At least bottom 10.
Oh, bottom 5. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bottom 5.
This isn't a good movie.
I was being generous.
Yeah, you were just coming in so hard. Like, listen, calm down. This is trash. But it's not that bad.
No, it was trash. And it made me mad. Actually, I was fine going into it, but when I started talking about it, I just kept getting angrier and angrier.
You did. You were coming in hot, man. For good reason. They take some good characters. They just do the worst, most lazy shit with it.
It's so frustrating. There's 70 years of history you could take from, and this is what you decide to do?
Yes. Like, come on, DC. we're not asking for much. If if you can't do a team up movie for some reason, then don't do it at this point.
You know who the Justice League's first villain actually was when they first fought?
Probably someone very weak.
No.
Who?
Starro, the Invader.
Is it the
giant star monster that uses stars, the little starfish that take over people's minds?
That's great.
It's a great first villain. Yeah, I know.
Nothing too crazy awesome, or not like
it's awesomely over the top.
Yeah, and that's a great. That's how you set the tone.
It's a cosmic threat for Justice League to take on.
Exactly. Like, if you want them to fight each other, that's a good reason for them to fight. Like, why not do that? Yeah, don't do Darkseid. Don't do any other big.
You need to do Darkseid eventually,
but not your first one.
Yeah, I don't know. You should be building up to Darkseid.
Yeah, because once you beat Darkseid, then what?
Well, there's other threats you can.
I know, but like, whatever. So, anyways, what are we gonna give this movie, TJ?
I'm at a 2 easy.
Oh wow, that's very low. Wow, TJ.
I'm at a 2 easy.
I was at
even. There was no hesitation in my.
Holy shit!
I knew where I was.
Honestly, I was at a 4 coming in this movie.
I was at a 2 coming into the movie.
But honestly, everything you said about this movie is like, this is not a movie you can recommend. I don't even want to see this in the background. That's how bad it is. So I'm gonna give this I'm not as angry as you, so I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10.
Okay. It's your score. You give it a what?
Any reason you might give it a 2, besides what you just said earlier?
Because I didn't realize I was as angry at it as I was.
Really?
Yeah. Not only was this a bad movie, and not only was it based on a bad comic, but because of the show, I had to reread those bad comics just to be sure. And what's even worse is because last week you took off, I had to read it before I even had to.
She's had to sit with it for another extra week.
Yeah, exactly. It must have been stewing in my brain for 2 weeks. That's probably what it was.
Wow, TJ.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the next thing we get into for this review, it can like refresh you, revitalize you.
Well, the next movie is going to be awesome. So
I hope it doesn't hold up. Let's say that.
It will. It's fine.
It's going to be a good movie.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about this shit movie before we leave these viewers behind?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Well, and I'm done too.